Trans8010 here with another Batman review. This is probably my 8th or 9th review today, so excuse me for not saying greetings all you in YouTube land, blah 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 blah. I'm kind of tired. As you can see, my voice is kind of giving away. But I wanted to get at least one review before I called it quits. And here it is. From Batman, the animated series. If I can stand him up properly. There we go. Man-Bat. I got this guy at a Shell station. No joke, I got him at a Shell station. For probably a couple of bucks over normal retail, but I saw him, had to have him. Dad was paying for his gas because this was before debit cards. And I actually do remember he's like, get whatever you want. And I saw Man-Bat and wanted him, and he said get what I wanted, so I plopped him up there on the counter. Dad didn't really realize what it was until after he had paid for it, and until then, you know, it was like, oh, okay, don't tell your mother. So here is Man-Bat, and he's a very interesting action figure, and it has a really cool gimmick, plus he's got tow cables. Possibly to mimic that scene in the pilot episode of Batman the Animated Series, where Batman launched his grapple onto Man-Bat's legs and he was basically being towed upon. It's a very nice accessory for this action figure. When I first got him, I thought maybe it had something to do with the thing on his back. I thought maybe it pried up and then you looped the string around and kind of like held him almost like a marionette. But I found out later that no, he flaps. He actually flaps his wings when you push down the button. So that's also pretty cool. So here, he can actually, you can hold him at any arm length, push on this button to make him flap, while you're, you know, whisking him along, while you got this tow cable kind of wrapped around his foot and then wrapped around a figure so that it drags him along. Or it could also be wrapped around his waist, because it would probably fall off the figure through his... So basically you take the tow cable and you wrap it around a couple of times, and then you grab your figure and then you can drag him. But since I don't really have any figures on hand with me right now, except for a couple of ones that I really just put away and I'm too lazy to go and really explain the gimmick, that is Man-Bat. What I also love is the arm articulation. It isn't enough that he's got shoulder articulation, but he's also got elbow swivels and bends on each arm. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then his head moves up and down and side to side. So he's got, plus his little legs. So he's actually got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He's got 10 points of articulation. Much more than any animated series action figure. And then look at that face. Face is just brutally scary. He's got the ripped pants. And I especially love the detail in the wings. That's just awesome. Even the fleshy part of the wings, the cartilage part of the wings are colored differently. Doesn't look all around furry, except for a couple of parts around the back and his chest area do have little tufts of fur there to show that he is furry. But other than that, it's very subtle. But that's the way I like Man-Bat. And this was the first Man-Bat action figure, and what a way for them to really showcase this figure. It's just awesome. And that's really not much more than I can say. You know what, I'm going to give this little gimmick a try. Let's get old Jetpack Joker out again. Because after all, Man-Bat wasn't necessarily a villain, he was just a freak. So, let's get these cables wrapped around the Joker's waisty. Again for good measure so he don't fall off. And then we take the string and wrap it around the waist of the Man-Bat. Like so. Whee! Help me! All I wanted was to escape in a rocket! Ah! No! Okay, so that's Man-Bat. For those of you who may have liked this video or hated it, please let me know in the comments section below. He's a fantastic figure. He used to be one of those really hard and expensive, really overpriced figures at retail, but because eBay has oversaturated the market, you can find one for real cheap now. At least it did when I was looking the other day. So, for those of you who may want a Man-Bat, this is a very, very nice representation. And for those of you who don't, well, thank you for enjoying my video anyway. This is Translate 010, signing off.